Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Dev, Sahni, MC, promoter as well. Adding promoter. Mate, you was in the face-off today.
Yeah, that face-off thing was mad. That was literally like Frank was meant to be here. He rang me this morning. He couldn't come. His back's not very good. So what he said to me was, make sure it doesn't kick off. I was like, what do you mean, make sure it doesn't kick off? He was like, just stand in the middle of them to just keep them apart. I was like, what, like for the photos? He said, just keep them apart in case. As if I'm going to do anything in case it kicks off. But yeah, that was
Your job is to make it kick off, though.
I know, literally. So I could have been hyping them up and then trying to calm them down for the face-off. But it was a new experience for me to stand in between them. Sort of didn't know where to look. Just looking at the two fighters. And the good thing is Liam Davies did say something. Just gave him a little something like, I'll make it a short night for you on Saturday. I was like, yeah. He said something. So good fun, but absolutely no plan to become a promoter, my friend. Way too much ag. Look at all the ag that like young promoters coming through are getting. I don't need that. God no, not for me.
Definitely not. I should introduce you as Bev Sahni, a mixture of the two mishaps you put up on social the last few days.
That was the first. I remember that night because they basically in my room on the telly it says Dev Sahni. You know, fine, things happen, right? But it reminded me of the first time I went to the Boxing Writers Awards, and I was rubbing shoulders with bloody like Frank Bruno, all these guys. They were sat behind me. I was like, this is amazing. I look at my little thing that says Bev Sahni. Took away from everything. Hated it. But you know, hopefully one day they'll know my name. These boxing writers.
Yeah, they definitely know your name now. Just making sure the sound's working, because the last time I interviewed you, the sound bloody failed me.
Do you know what?
The one in London.
I've been refreshing your page, waiting for the interview to go up, and I thought it must have just been such a dead interview. He just hasn't put it up. So right, okay.
No, the sound let me down on that day. I don't know, for some reason the mic didn't link. So I tell you the interesting fight on this card. There's a guy fighting Jermaine Osborne, who I actually did his first ever interview because I was randomly at his debut.
Is it the one where his nan had passed away? He was holding the picture. Yeah, I watched some of that. Like, yeah, amazing. You got a good rapport with him. He seems quite a guy.
Yeah, like I said, Boxing King Media, a lot of people don't know this, but Boxing King Media, a bit of a history lesson. We actually started with small hole boxing, so you see a lot of new YouTube channels pop up. Everyone wants to come to the big shows, but we spent like 4 years working the small hole scenes, and that's a good example for you.
100%. Graft, put in the work. I love that. And, you know, congrats on your success as well. I don't know how many people are saying it, but I'm saying it. 1,000,000 subs, mate, you are smashing it. And there's just one of you. That's quite something. So congrats. And you've done it the hard way. You ain't just come in, you ain't bought any followers or anything, as far as I'm aware. But no, you've done it well. So fair play on your success.
Yeah, despite what people say, it's quite obvious to see you can't get gold plaques from YouTube without with anything dodgy, because they do all the checks.
Yeah, you got the plaque. I've seen it pop up. So it's the gold one, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. You deserve it.
Appreciate that, man. So Jermaine Osborne, so he's basically a come forward fighter fighting a guy that's going to box on that outside, but his story's a bit mad. Like, he's been involved in all sorts of like gang related stuff and turned it around, but he turned it around late. Most people turn it around early. He did it like as he was getting close to 30.
Mate, you can see the hunger, though, the way he was talking up there as well. He's never been on a stage like this before, at a press conference, never been on TNT Sports, fighting at the BP Pulse Live, which is what they're calling it on Saturday. I think he's just boxed in one venue in his entire career, that Wolverhampton Centre. So yeah,
The Hangar.
The Hangar, right. So yeah, he's stepping out, and I like that. I like his story. He's got an energy about him. I like that he was giving it to Ethan James up there. And this whole Kundalini King. So my dad's into all this meditation stuff, absolutely loves it, right? So I was saying to him last night, like, what is this? And apparently it's some sort of spiritual awakening where you feel it from your spine, and it awakens a power in you. Apparently, it takes these like yogis, that they call them in India or wherever, years and years to actually get that feeling. But Kundalini King here seems to have it and has it ready for Ethan James on Saturday.
Definitely. I tell you what, the thing to look forward to is his ring walk. His ring walks are exciting. He does some mad shit when he does his ring walk. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. And listen, Ethan James he's got something to prove in this fight. He lost his last fight to Owen Cooper. That was unbeaten versus unbeaten, prospect versus prospect. Has it made him more hungry? Has it deterred him? Has it ruined his career? I don't know. I'm curious about what this Ethan James is, because he's got a real one in front of him.
Yes. I'll jump straight to the main event because it is such a good fight. You know, I was just saying there, it's a shame like the promoters from both guys aren't here. I know Frank's not here because he's got a back injury, and obviously no one here for Matchroom. But I think it could have been such good fight because it's such a good fight.
Yeah, I know there were Matchroom will have people here on Saturday, so I wouldn't take today as a reflection of that. I know how much they are backing Shabazz, and Eddie's been talking up this fight in, saying TNT have got a great fight coming up. Oh man, Shabazz is taking on Liam, so I won't read too much into that. But yeah, mate, what a fight! What a fight! I love this. This is one that just really gets me going. I love Liam Davies. I think he's one of the best at press conferences. He's just so on edge, so fired up. Like a couple of Shabazz's mates started popping off, and he.
Mate, I thought you was like, I got the feeling that press conference was like going to go same way Beterbiev Bivol went. But you was just like, you weren't going to give up today. You was like, I'm going to wind somebody up, whether it is Shabazz's fans or one of the fighters.
You just need the little something. To be fair, they did the face-off with Carl Frampton, out now on the TNT Sports YouTube. Check it out.
I watched it on the way down, but you guys only released it during the presser.
I think at 1 o'clock it got released. But yeah, so they've done that. They've done a lot of talking. I thought, come on, give me something. Just give me a little something. And I've got something. I was happy with it today. But what a fight. Two unbeaten Brits. Can't stand the sight of each other. Liam doesn't like Shabazz's mates. Shabazz's mates don't like Liam. I don't think Liam really likes Shabazz. I don't think Shabazz really likes Liam. I love this. IBO world title on the line. And the only reason it's IBO and not one of the other ones is because Inoue's got all of them. So if Inoue finally, steps up to fight Liam Davies, maybe he won't have them anymore. We'll see.
Well, I think, that I was saying just there, the winner of this fight, we saw Turki Al-Sheikh recently take a picture with Inoue. It's pretty obvious the winner of this fight is going to go straight into that.
You'd watch it, wouldn't you? I'd watch it. I feel like I have no inside info, by the way. This is no intel. I know what you know about that. I've seen the picture, and I know that Liam Davies and Shabazz are brilliant contenders for Inoue's belts. Listen, Naoya Inoue is the king. Liam Davies is the ace. How about it?
In percentages wise, how close do you think I know you've got a side with your side and Frank Warren's side, but how close is it?
Listen, Inoue's complete
this fight.
Oh, this fight, yeah. I think it's close. I think what has happened is Shabazz has had some iffy performances. That San Martin fight wasn't great for Shabazz MASOUD and his reputation. A lot of people think that he lost that fight. It just is what it is. He got widely criticised by his own kind of people after that fight. So that hasn't helped his odds. In his last fight on the Queensberry show, he knocked over the fella in the first round, but then he couldn't get him out of there. Ended up going the full 8 rounds. Didn't look amazing, right? Whereas Liam Davies has looked amazing. He's just knocking people out for fun. So that's why he's favoured heading into this fight, is my feeling. I think there's just a feeling that he's one of the best we've got in this country right now. He started getting his recognition. The way he treats his opponents, like Jason Cunningham, very good opponent in Jason Cunningham. Davis just had him out of there in a round. The way he dealt with Mark Leach, the way he's dealt with these opponents, the guy that beat Lee McGregor, Eric Robles, Liam Davies knocked him out. He's on some vein of form right now, and if he knocks out Shabazz MASOUD, that's quite something. That is momentum, that is form heading into a fight with potentially Inoue. Inoue's fought guys, and you could say he's fighting guys, who certainly aren't as good as Liam Davies.
I definitely believe so. And also, on top of that, just shout out to Frank Warren, George Warren, and the stable they've built, and mainly British fighters. We've seen like Matchroom, for example, they've got a lot of big stars in America, and they've obviously got stars in the UK as well. But we've seen Frank kind of invest in from the ground up. There's so many unknown fighters that over the last 3-4 years who are now main event fighters. Like just top of my head, Sam Noakes, obviously Liam Davies, obviously Hamza Shiraz. Who else? Nick Ball. There's so many that are suddenly like Andrew Kane's going to be a main event fighter as well. It's a serious investment, and it's mad how that belief and investment in them was kind of paid off.
Yeah, it's like I've been with these fighters, like the 6, that come out the other day, all re-signing with Queensberry, all huge futures, not just British boxing but in world boxing. Like I've seen their journey, some of them from the very, very start, and Frank just knows. He's got that eye for talent, and the people around him have got that eye for talent, bringing him these fighters as well. and he gets it right. More often than not, he gets it right. You start looking at those names. Hamza Shiraz, he'll be a world champion soon. That's kind of undeniable. He might be the best middleweight in the world as we speak. Mick Ball, best featherweight in the world. Sam Noakes is pulling up trees. He'll be a world champion before long. Like, it's great. And Liam Davies, it's fantastic. And they keep doing it as well. You're seeing every week there's a new press release, there's a new graphic that's been made, there's a new fighter that's signed. He's won 10 national amateur championships or whatever they've won. And a few years later, they're main eventing, they're world champion. Frank knows what he's doing.
You know what you should have said about Sam Noakes tearing up roofs, because he used to be a roofer.
Yeah, and now he's tearing through the lightweight division. He's quite something. I'm a big fan of Sam Noakes. I think he's due a breakout fight. That fight with Ryan Walsh, that could be the breakout fight, because Ryan Walsh.
What's his last fight?
Yeah. I saw he knocked his man out there very, very quickly, and and that was an upset. So this could be the one that makes Sam Noakes even more of a name. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but Shabaz MASOUD actually used to be a Frank Warren fighter, so this could have been a big in-house main event.
Yeah, there was a moment in time where he was with Queensberry. I don't know what happened there, but yeah.
I'm going to ask him later on. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I was going to call you Bev, but Dev. Anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, just we'll be live on the Queensberry YouTube from 5:30. Got a few fights on there. 7 o'clock on the on TNT Sports, and check out the Cole Frampton Face Off on YouTube.
What are you doing tomorrow? You doing MCing or commentary? What are you doing? A bit of everything?
They've actually got me having a little fight with someone, so I'll be fine. No,
Against
no one here wants it. Although Thomas Schreiber, no, he'd bat me as well. Have you seen his wrestling, by the way, Thomas Schreiber? He used to actually be a wrestler. He wrestled against Stone Cold Steve Austin. They'd all batter me, but tomorrow I'm just I'll have Liam Cameron with me for the stream, so let's get a bit of insight. I've seen your interviews with him, brilliant, by the way. So I'll have him with me tomorrow.
I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Fraser Clark one. I was quite happy with the Fraser Clark one I did the other day.
So I've seen clips yet. Shout out Fraser Clark. The way he's handled this whole thing, brilliant. He's a gentleman. You won't find many people, if any, who say a bad word about him. And shout out, he'll be back.
Dev, Sahni, appreciate your time. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. See you then.